So quickly, I want to make a video on why it's important to feed the ancestors, and by feeding I do mean communicating with them, and also by literal food through your offerings and stuff. Um, this is something I couldn't go to sleep on, so I'm like, let me do this video real quick. So the ancestors made something clear to me. If you do not feed them, they will feed on you. And what they mean by that is that one of the things that they really wanted me to point out in making this video is that the ancestors that you knew in this realm, let's just say, I don't know, your great aunt, your grandfather, your grandmother. For me, like my great grandmother, for example, she only died 2 years ago. So I knew her well. So that's one of the main people that I communicate with. My grandfather, some years back, but I knew him, you know what I mean? So these are people that I knew and I'm comfortable speaking with and comfortable offering things to. And they do help me. They do things for me as well. When you don't feed them, when you don't communicate with them, when you ignore them, in the sense whether you're doing it intentionally or unintentionally, they wanted me to bring up the idea or the fact that like black people are always like, oh, the devil has it out for me today. The devil tried to do this, Satan tried to do that, and this ain't go my way. Ooh, the devil just putting traps. You know, all that stuff, that silly stuff that black people be saying. The ancestors are like, get real. It's us. You don't feed us. Like, we're hungry. The same things, like, for real. My great-grand, she loved peas and dumplings. And so, especially if I really want to, you know, answers from her for something, for whatever it is, I especially make her peas and dumplings. She also loved tomatoes with salt and pepper on them. So that's simple, to just put a plate out with salt and pepper, tomatoes on it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. My great-grand, he smoked a pipe. I have yet to get a pipe. I don't know where the hell to find a pipe at. I'll find one though. But I want to get one because I know that's something that he enjoyed in his spare time, was smoking a pipe. So I'd like to get that. But it's like, if you're not giving them the things that they like, and they're simple, it just takes, it just takes a few minutes out of your day. If you're beginning, if you're not sure, if you don't want to, if you don't quite feel comfortable with setting up the altar, that's fine. But you do need to start to communicate with them. Just let them know that you are grateful for their protection. You are grateful for the blessings that they put in your life. And that's how I began, with no offering whatsoever. And just speaking to them and just thanking them for protecting me, thanking them for the opportunities in my life, and so on and so on. And I've just watched things transform. And the small things that I was grateful for became big things that I'm grateful for. Things like, no kidding, right now I'm working a job that I got a call for anonymously. Actually, an email. It started with an email. But it was like, I never applied for it. And this is one of the top hospitals in the world, not in the country or in the state. It's in the world. They're very prestigious, but I like to keep that to myself. But it's just like, people are like, wow, you came a long way. Like, how in the world did you end up in that predicament? And my life for quite some time appeared as if it was going out of control. I even got to the point where I was homeless, and I'm going to do a video on that as well. One day. And I started to feel like, damn, I'm talking to y'all and y'all ain't helping me. What's going on? And it's just funny when you start to see things come into fruition. When you start to see, you know, little synchronicities happen, things happening that you can't explain, things that you probably wouldn't have had the chance to do any other time, or things that you wouldn't have lined up. Like, I never imagined working at this place or even being in this place, things like that. I never imagined it. So it's funny how you have a plan for your life, the ancestors have a plan for your life, and they're the ones that know your true destiny. They're the ones that know your true purpose. So you need to communicate with them. You need to talk to them. And for those of y'all that's like, ooh, what am I supposed to say? For real though, like, y'all feel comfortable talking to Jesus and praying to Allah and so on and so on. You need to feel just as comfortable speaking to your family members, because they're your family members, like, get real. So they wanted to say that if you're not feeding us, we are going to feed off of you. For those of you who have illnesses, that unexplained illnesses, quote unquote ghost spirits in the house, and y'all try and do exorcism, or you send the pastor in there to pray, they're like, that stuff pisses them off. Please pay them attention. They are trying to tell you something. They're trying to help you. Stop with that crazy stuff. There's nothing, what's the word for it? Oh, damn, what is the word for it? I keep wanting to say extraterrestrial, not extraterrestrial. There's nothing supernatural going on. They're like, there's nothing supernatural going on. We're just trying to talk to you. We're just trying to communicate with you. We're just trying to help you. And yes, just the same way people get angry on the 3D plane, in this physical plane, they get angry over there too. And it can express itself in your life in different ways. So for those of y'all that think that the devil's after you, and you having bad dreams, or you feel spirits in your house, the ancestors are like telling me, for people that's really feeling like they don't want to be alone in the house, like they feel like they don't want to be alone in the house. Some people are feeling like goosebumps sometimes, and you don't know what it's coming from, and you're thinking it's evil. They're like, we're not evil. Listen to us. When you feel us around you, just say speak. Just welcome us into the room. And I'm always about that. If I absolutely feel like an ancestor approach me, they don't ever approach me with other people around. And that's something that you have to realize is happening while you're alone for a reason, because they want to get you by yourself to express, something that's going to help you. Most of the time it's advice. Most of the time it's a way to get things that you need, things that you want, even things that you don't know that you need to accomplish your true purpose on the planet. So the ancestors are like, feed us or else. Okay?